And now, introducing the new Sneaky G-Man store on SD. All you got to do, go on to SD, type in Sneaky G-Man store, and you could get your very own Are You My Malacca shirt, Samsung cell phone case, or just a cap or a beanie. Let's go Giants. Ow. Hey guys, I appreciate you wanting to enjoy the show. First, I got to give a couple shout outs. First off, I want to give a shout out to dresscomfy.com. She has the latest and greatest for Sneaky G-Man merch. So please, check it out. dresscomfy.com. Also want to give a shout out to 3 a.m. Water Hydration for the go-getters. Natural spring water. Go get it. Now let's go do the damn thing. Before we do the damn thing, I got to give a shout out to George's Trophies, aka Sergeant M replica trophies. Guys, Father's Day coming up soon. This is the perfect gift. Matter of fact, this is the perfect gift for any occasion. I mean, who wouldn't want a replica Super Bowl trophy of their team? The team that got the ultimate prize, the Lombardi Trophy. So when you get a chance, go to his Facebook page, George's Trophies, a.k.a. Sergeant M's Replica Trophies. Now, we gonna do the damn thing.
You're listening to Make It Count, the Sneaky G podcast on Northeast Streaming Sports.
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneaky G.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Let's go, Giants! Ow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneaky G. Man, oh my God. I have a treat for you today. I will never forget. I want to go back to 2011. Okay, I'm sitting in my apartment. I'm living in Seattle, Sage Apartments, and I'm watching the Giants play against the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. We go into overtime, and we get a field goal. But who kicked that field goal? I'll get to that. But I want to backtrack 4 years from that, 2007. Okay. And I'm gonna talk about this all over again. 2007. We were in Green Bay. It was like 78 below zero. And there was some concern because there was, two kicks that weren't made, but then the one that needed to be made was made. And we're off to the Super Bowl to not only play against, but defeat the undefeatable Patriots. 18-0. I think they were 18-1, if I'm not mistaken. No, they were 18-1. Now I say all this, and just once I got to understand Lawrence and his story, the more appreciation I got for him and his resilience, his not taking, no for an answer. You know what? I'm wasting this time. Everybody, 2-time Super Bowl, New York Football Giant legend, Lawrence Tynes.
Sneaky, what's up?
What is going? Look. Okay.
I was getting emotional listening to you.
Look, first off, hold on. Let me get this out the way. When I saw you walking out at the draft, I said, "No, this ain't." I said, "This cannot." And you had the great shirt.
You had dabs on your shirt. Thank you so much. First off, thank you for this opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
I mean, I just knew you as a Giants kicker, right?
Yeah.
And then of course when we agreed to do the show, of course I had to do some digging and just your story of resilience. I didn't know you walked on to Troy.
Oh yeah, man. I came up the hard way. Walked on, undrafted, cut, played in Canada, played in NFL Europe. But when you think about it, man, there's only 32 people in the world that get to kick in the NFL in the world. So if you think about, I knew I could do it. I just had to go keep, pounding the road, kicking a can down the road until somebody took a shot on me. And so thankfully the Chiefs did that. So I knew I could do it. It just takes time, man. It's a very, very small fraternity.
And you played soccer, right?
Yeah.
And it was a high school football coach. How did he approach you, or did you approach him to play high school football?
No, Coach Mike McMillan, God rest his soul. He passed away 5 or 6 years ago, car accident. A young guy. He was my PE teacher, defensive coordinator, right? So PE teachers in high school are the football coaches,
right?
He just grabbed me in PE class one day. He knew I was a talented soccer player and said, "Hey, Lawrence, can you kick field goals?" And I said, "I probably could." So he took me out, put me out in the outfield of the baseball field because we had an upright in center field, like built on top of the fence. And, gym teachers have that big old wad of keys, right? That keychain with 700 keys on it. And he threw the keys down. He said, kick the football, pick the keys up. So he was just doing that to tell me to keep my head down. So ironically enough, every kick I ever kicked in my life, I pictured a set of keys out in front of me. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it was just, the first time I ever kicked a ball, it was just something I always did well, was keep my head down. So when it was from those keys, and if it wasn't for Mike McMillan, I really don't know that I ever would have probably kicked field goals. I mean, it's crazy how the world works.
So when even though, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you went to a couple camps, right?
Yeah. You mean coming out of college?
Not only coming out, actually coming out of high school.
Man, I went to Auburn kicking camp and won that. There was the USA Today All-American there, all the top guys in the country. Camps today are different than what they were in 95, right? So there wasn't a lot of camps to go to. So I went to this Auburn kicking camp, supposed to be the #1 kicking camp in the country. I won it. 250 kids. So basically you do a field goal contest the night before, and the top 4 end up going into Auburn Stadium the next day and competing for the individual winner. And I won that. And I thought, I'm going to get recruited by Auburn or somebody, but it just never happened. So,
I mean, that does amaze me because I think it said you kicked a couple 55-yarders.
Yeah, I missed from 60 in the camp, but
right.
Yeah.
And so you walked on to Troy, and now I've never had that opportunity of playing college ball. Okay. A little bit about myself. After high school, joined the Army, played high school, or actually played football in Germany. I think we were like Division III. I played in BK, Bad Kreuznach. We were like, I want to say 2 divisions, like the Frankfurt, NFL Europe, as I know you're familiar with. That was like the ultimate division, and then it went down from 1 to, and I was way down on 3. So what is it like going onto a campus and trying out, going through that grind? Because I mean, that's a whole separate entity than being a scholarship player.
Yeah, you just have to believe in yourself. I mean, that's it. There's not like I don't have some magic wand and tell you I did something nobody else can do. I truly believed in myself. I got a late start. I played my junior, senior year. I was a safety too, so I thought I was a better safety than I was a kicker, to be honest. So, but no, I just believed I could do it. I just had so much self-belief that, okay, Troy's 2 hours away from the house. You know, I'm kind of putting mom and dad out a little bit financially. But yeah, I made it. You know, I got a scholarship right after my first year. So I redshirted and then took over the starting job the next year for the next 4 years.
And your he's a tough SOB as well.
Yeah.
And I think I don't want to. I could honestly say so. My last name is a Scottish last name. So, and
are you a Mick something? Or are you Mick?
Yeah, I'm a McNeil. Yeah.
Okay.
And so we might be related. You know,
we could be. I think I think there's definitely a chance.
Right. I mean, because like you never give up, and neither do I. You know, so there has to be that kind of.
Yeah. Thank you for your service, by the way. I didn't say that earlier.
Yeah. Appreciate that, and tell your father.
I come from a military family. My brother was in the Army, still doing reserve, the reserve thing, and then obviously my father. So
yeah, and please, I appreciate the support, and likewise with your family. And you were born in Scotland, right?
Yep.
Do you have any of the accent? And do you get asked?
I mean, if you listen to our podcast that we do, the Blue Rush podcast during the season, with me and Paul Schwartz and Jake Brown and Brandon London, I always close the show in a Scottish accent. So you're gonna have to go listen to one.
I will, and you know what? I'm gonna subscribe.
Yeah, you got to. It's a good show. We do a pregame show on Thursdays and then a postgame show Sunday night.
Okay. And Brandon and I, we talk once in a while as well.
Yeah, he's great.
He just joined the father fraternity as well.
He did. That'll keep him off the streets. That'll be good for
him. Maybe hopefully sometime offline I can share a little story with Brandon, because I owe him a lot. Okay. I owe Brandon a lot.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
So yes. Oh, of course. So with I mean, I could honestly talk about Brandon for a minute, but
okay,
I don't want to take too much more.
You need to have him on the show.
Oh, I already I need to bring him on again. Right. You know. So you got drafted by the Chiefs.
I did not get drafted.
I'm sorry. No, you were undrafted. I am so sorry. You were undrafted by the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And then you were cut, what, 4 months later?
Yeah, I kind of spent some time.
How does that? I don't understand. So you
sign. Yeah, so you sign undrafted. So I had a really good situation. I had about 7 offers coming out of college. 7 teams wanted me. I kind of ran up the signing bonus, but I knew the Chiefs were probably the best opportunity for me to probably win a job. I thought I was going to get drafted, but then I also was like, it doesn't matter, especially 6th, 7th round. So signed with the Chiefs. Kind of bounced off and on the practice squad that year. And then, and that's when the practice squad was 5 people.
Okay. Yeah.
Small, tiny. So I knew they liked me. I knew I just needed to show them a little more, game film, something. And to be honest with you, they were the ones who sent me to Europe the following season. You used to go and a team would allocate you to NFL Europe. So the Chiefs allocated me to NFL Europe in 2002. Man, I had a good solid season there. Came back, got cut after camp. They had signed Morton Anderson. And then I went to Canada for basically a year and a half. So just grinded up there, made the all-pro team. Only spent 8 games up there in my first year, because when I got cut from here, it was already mid-season in Canada. So I go to Canada. I said, I had offers after that 8-game stint. I said, nope, I'm going to stay the full year, re-sign with this Ottawa Renegades football team, and play a full season. I want to get a full season under my belt. And I did that, made the all-pro team, all-star, everything. And then I literally had probably 8 or 9 offers from NFL teams for legitimate money, meaning signing bonus and all that jazz. That's how teams talk to you, right? How much are they going to give you? Right. That shows you how much they like you. So the Chiefs, it was Morton Anderson again, but man, I thought I beat him out the first time. But again, I think it was just no experience. Let's go with the vet. So I said, okay, I feel really good about what I just did in Canada. Re-signed with the Chiefs because I was comfortable with that organization, and they gave me a really good contract coming out of Canada, and I said, I can beat this guy out, and I did. So,
and how did you come along? How did the Giants come around in 07?
So Thomas McGahee, T-Mac, special teams coach. He's like a brother to me. T-Mac was with me in the Chiefs, was my special teams coach in NFL Europe. And then T-Mac was with the Giants when I was getting the Giants, or the Chiefs traded me. So Chiefs drafted kicker 2007. We had went through a contract dispute. I signed my 1-year deal. They offered me a long-term deal. I didn't think it was good numbers-wise. So they drafted a kid. And so the Chiefs traded me. Basically gave me 3 options. All 3 teams were offering the same thing. Saints, Texans, Giants, all offering a 7th-round pick. And so they let me kind of decide where I wanted to go. So I chose the Giants because T-Mac was there. And T-Mac is still there, which is crazy. You know, he has since went to LSU and the Jets and some other teams, and now he's back. But T-Mac's the number one reason I went to New York.
Now, in all that contract negotiation, other teams were kind of talking with you. Was the Giants one of them, or can you not say?
No, because I was a restricted free agent.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't allowed to talk to any other team. I mean, you kind of are, but I didn't have any offers from other teams. The Chiefs had just offered me, a deal, which it just didn't work out.
So with the week of practice for a kicker, well, actually, let me back up. So, and I want to kind of touch back on some things. So you believed in yourself, okay? You were confident being a field goal kicker, or place kicker. Was there any, I mean, I know this sounds like a silly question, but I got to ask, like, was there any pressure on you if you were to miss a kick, or if you were to miss an extra point? I mean, did you ever feel that type of pressure? I mean, I'm just coming up through the ranks, being, a walk-on and being, undrafted. How much pressure did you put on yourself, or if any?
There's pressure. I mean, that's why you get up in the morning and go to work and put in the work to be ready. But yeah, there's always pressure every Sunday, every Thursday, Monday night, whatever game day. You just don't want to miss any kicks. Those points are so valuable.
Yes.
But I have a really good game day demeanor. And I don't know where I got it from. I think I was born like that. I just let stuff roll off my shoulder. Like, if I miss, so what? Like, I can't do anything about it.
Right.
Let's move on to the next kick. You're not going to see me stomping or throwing my helmet, anything like that. I mean, you see guys do that from time to time. That's just not me. I'm super chill on game day. I know I'm not a robot, but and you're going to miss. The reality of it is you are going to miss kicks at some point. Kicking in the NFL is not how many you make in a row. It's what do you do after you miss.
Kind of like a quarterback. If you throw a pick, you just got to get back from it.
Yeah, because we all make tons and tons of kicks in a row, but you see guys miss, and then they miss, and they keep missing. And it's like, I hate to bring it up, the kid from Dallas, the extra point thing, he missed 5 in a row dating back to the week before. I mean, that's crazy.
Just so you know, I hate Dallas, so please just keep going with this, please.
Yeah, so
I live in Dallas too, by the way.
Oh, do you? That's right.
Yeah.
You told me that.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate, but you can see that kid has not been signed by anybody. And he had a hell of a season, right? I mean, he made some long kicks, but that people know he's kind of damaged goods now because that's a mental flaw. Like, he just could not shake a miss, and then he kept missing and kept missing and kept missing. So that's why when I tell people kicking in the NFL is not how many you make in a row, it's what do you do after you miss. It's the truth. They want to see the guys rebound and go make these big kicks after you miss, because generally when you miss a kick at some point in the game, you're going to have to go make up for it and make another big kick later.
And so did you have well, first off, are you superstitious, like when you were playing in the game day, or Did you have a game day, pre-game routine to know that, oh yeah, I'm on today? Like,
I had a routine, yeah, because I mean, your routine starts on Wednesday, because it's actually the whole season. I know on Monday what I'm going to do. I know on Tuesday it's a day off, but I know what I'm going to do from 6:30 in the morning on Wednesday through game day. Like you have to be structured and regimented, and have a schedule, right? Like, and have little checkpoints. Okay, I feel good. Okay, and then there'll be some weeks you don't feel good, so then okay, why does my hip hurt right now when it didn't hurt last Thursday? Then you that's why it's important to have a schedule and have a detailed routine, because it's like a check engine light on your body. I mean, that's the only thing we have is to take care of is our body. So I was very, very regimented, not superstitious. I'm just not. I did the same thing every game day that I did my whole career for 13 years. But if I didn't get to do one of those things, I wasn't like panicking.
Okay. Now you got to the Giants in 07 and you find yourself in the playoffs. We'll skip to the coldest day. I mean, that was a cold day. And now I actually watched that game. I was actually in Arizona. I was about 2 hours.
Good for you.
South of Phoenix. Thank you. Yes. And this is going to be another silly question, but I have to ask you. Of course, everybody saw the look on Coughlin's face, how it was cherry red. Is that one of the coldest games you've ever played in?
Yeah. It's the coldest game I've ever played. It's not one of, it is the coldest. I mean, it's I don't know if it still is. It's like the second or third coldest game in NFL history. So it'd be pretty hard to play in anything colder than that.
So we were talking earlier about if you miss one, let it roll off your back. You unfortunately had 2 missed kicks that game. And leading up to, we'll get to in a sec.
Yeah.
So the first one happened, you let it go, right? I'm assuming you just let it go. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So with the second one, what did you do to regroup?
That's easy. That you don't say it now, but you don't say it when you're playing or post game. But that wasn't my fault. The snap was off. I had to lean to try and buy time. There was all kinds of things wrong with that. Like Jeff had to almost leave his feet to go get the ball. So in my mind, I just said, okay, well, hopefully we can get the snap down on the next one. Because it was hard to do anything. Snap the ball, hold the ball, kick the ball, throw the ball, catch it. Like, it was, even the most mundane tasks were difficult that night because it was so cold.
And you end up kicking. Well, first off, I'm going to tell you on my perspective of the NFC Championship game. The whole week, I told everybody, because everybody had Green Bay. Everybody had Green Bay. And, of course, they would ask me. And just so you know, I wear New York. I have 2 sets of clothing, okay? I have my work clothes, and I have what you have on right now. And I do have some sneaky G-Man merch that I wear once in a while. But 9 times out of 10, I'm wearing Giants gear, okay? So I get asked the question, who do you think is going to win, Giants or Green Bay? And I said, first off, that's a stupid question to ask me. And I said, I know Favre is going to give us one. I don't know when, but I know Favre is going to give us one. And Lawrence, I got to tell you, when Webster came up with the catch, you were lining up for the field goal. And this is before I saw the American game and Coughlin and his speech. And we'll get to that in a second. I knew you were going to make it.
Appreciate that.
They said 47 yards. I said, oh, no, we got this. We got this. And only person I got Mama Boss. I don't know if you remember meeting the wife. She was there with me. And that was her first year being a fan, a Giants fan.
Okay.
And when you kicked, I knew it was good. I just had this feeling that you were going to make that kick. Now, let me back up a little bit. Fast forward, the American game came on, and Coughlin was on, And did you realize that, or did you know that people are like, oh, I don't know if we should go for the field goal? Did you have a feeling that?
I think just naturally, yeah, that makes a lot of sense in your head because, I had missed a 40. I had made 2, missed 2. The conditions were tough. It was just on the limits of kind of where we thought we could make one from. But to be honest with you, the 43-yarder miss that I had, that's where I knew I could hit one from about 50 because I just missed that left. I didn't hit that poorly. I just didn't start it far enough right. So you can learn a lot from your mistakes, just like in life and kicking. Like I knew, okay, you hit it pretty good. Just aim a little bit more right next time. That's all I told myself, probably in that demeanor. That's how I walked off the field. Yeah, disappointed I missed it, but I did learn something. I got some intel. Okay, I got the adrenaline going. I can bang one here from 50 if we need to. And that's really why I ran my ass out on that field, after that pick or after Steve Smith's drop or whatever it was, incompletion.
Yeah. So, and that's the beauty of it, because when I saw that episode, Coughlin said he needed a sign, right? He needed a sign of what to do next. And then he said he noticed you getting on the field without him even saying anything.
Well, I was out there and there was no snappers and holders either. So like nobody was really, I wanted to go out there and atone for, 2 misses. So I called my shot and I said, look, someone's going to have to call a timeout or we're not kicking. So that's why I ran out there. I was like, I got this, like no problem.
And so is it, and I got to ask you this, is it true that Coughlin said, because I can't remember which interview I saw, but they said that Coughlin said, well, kick the damn thing. And did he actually say that to you?
I would have no idea. I'm so locked in on game day. Like, I don't know. Like he yells at me. I have no idea what he says. I can kind of hear him. Like if he needs to talk to me, I can talk to him. But when people are there's so much going on. I get in such a zone for 3 hours that, man, I don't really hear much. Plus I wore earplugs. So it's hard to hear.
I was going to ask you. So when you're up there and you realize, I want to take you back to that moment, that ball left your foot and it's going through those uprights and you're going to your first Super Bowl, knowing that you were a walk-on at Troy, knowing that you were undrafted, and here you are kicking a franchise into the Super Bowl. Please tell me. I want to relive that moment through you. It's what did that feel like?
It's exhilarating. It's like, but that hits you later, right? Because like I'm thinking Michael Strahan gets to go to the Super Bowl. Jeff Fiegels gets to go.
Wait. So you're not even thinking about your teammates more so than.
Yeah, because it was. Wow. I knew it was probably Michael's last year. I knew Jeff was 100. Jeff was 107 punting football, so he was probably done. It was just. I don't know. I think more about guys like that, and then on the bus ride, because it comes. I'll tell you what happens. There's a lot of pandemonium. You go to the locker room, everybody's hooting and hollering. Media comes in. The quiet time is like literally, I'm telling you, this is when everybody comes down, is like the bus ride from the stadium to the airport. There's like I guess we would have been a little bit more rowdy just because, we were probably celebrating still, but that's always like my quiet time where I kind of decompress and like take in, okay, how did I play? What could I do better? And then of course, sometimes you have long ass flights home and you can do that the whole flight home, but it was exciting, man. I definitely thought about, how I got there. But it didn't surprise me. I mean, I'm not going to sound arrogant. I knew I was going to be good. I knew I was going to make big kicks. I just kind of came up a different way.
Okay. I'm glad you said that about being arrogant. Look, listen, you have to have to be in the NFL, to be that type of player. You have to have a sense of cockiness or confidence, in the ability that you can do. So I think it's fair, and I don't think it's arrogant. Yeah. I mean, you have to believe that. No, I knew I was going to, you have to have that self-belief that you knew you were going to have a moment that you did, and you were going to put your team in a position to win a Super Bowl. And I don't think it's arrogant. I think it's fair. I think
No, I
it's fair
appreciate
to
that.
say
Yeah,
that.
you have to. I mean, that's the whole locker room.
Right. Of
The
course.
NFL is a bunch of alpha males. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's like that.
I
No
mean,
one got there by accident.
and this is a great segue into the 2011 Super Bowl, because the beginning of the season, again, being alpha male, they asked Eli the question, do you consider yourself on the same level as Tom Brady? And he said yes. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I know he got some slack for that,
Of course,
but I don't see anything wrong with that.
I don't. Yeah.
So, and I want to, I definitely could talk to you all night, but I'm not going to do that because I know there's some people that want to ask you questions. And I want to fast forward to the 2011 NFC Championship game in San Francisco. I think that is one of the most physical games I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Overtime, it's a very similar like situation for you. Did it feel that way? Like, oh, I've already done this before.
Yeah, it definitely felt the same as Green Bay. Obviously, the weather was a little different. The weather was inclement. It was muddy. Right. It was warmer, but it was muddy and rainy. Mm-hmm. And, but that's playoff football. You want weather. You want conditions. But, yeah, I definitely was ready for that moment, obviously having done it already. So, it was a weird way the kick happened, right? We went out there, snap it, delay a game. Thank God, because that kick would have been blocked. Somebody jumped over Chris Knee. If you go back and watch that film, that kick would have been blocked. Mm-hmm. So we get to delay a game, and then we get a time. Then Harbaugh calls a timeout. That one did feel like it took forever, which was fine. All the while, I'm just kind of going through my little mental checklist, like, all right, let's go. We're going to the Super Bowl again. And then I make the kick, and then it was kind of cool because the first person I see is Jarrell Jernigan, who went to Troy, and OC and I played together at Troy. So it was fun, man. It was just another, let's go back to the Super Bowl.
When you finally got your first ring, the ring ceremony, okay, in 2007, and in 2011, what are the one things that was very similar of those ceremonies or different?
Oh man, the 7 is special because I think it was Michael Strahan's last year. Jeff Fiegels played maybe 2 more years. I have a lot of respect for veteran players, guys that have been there, put in the work, like a Strahan, like a Fiegels, played that long, never won. But 11 was different. And then you got the Richie Soiberts, the Dave Deal, Kareem McKenzie's, Chris Snees. I'm not saying the 11, I don't like the 11 Super Bowl ring ceremony, but it was a different squad. Like there was only 14 of us that had won in 2007 that were on that team. Uh-huh. So there was a lot of pieces that were put together. You still had the core. You had Eli, you had Brandon, you had Ahmad. But new faces, right? Hakeem, Victor, all these guys. Yeah. It was just different. It was just totally different. I felt closer to the 2007 team. But yeah, it was just different. I think they're all unique.
So last year was the first year that I went to an alumni game, and to sit with and actually I met Lawrence Taylor for the first time, Leonard Marshall, Gerard Bunch, and just to sit with, like you're saying, the veterans. And it was awesome to see those that have won the Super Bowl. And, of course, some of them are wearing the ring, some are not. And it's just the family-like atmosphere of just being a giant. Real quick, before I bring people on, I know I want to bring Ann on real quick. The organization itself. I don't know if anybody has yet to see the Giants Life, The Process, episode 3. Please go check it out. You wanted to represent the New York Football Giants in such of a class that represents the team, honestly. Being a Giant, and I have to ask you, what does that mean to you?
It's pretty special. It's an elite fraternity of men that have played in the National Football League. It's one of the, the blue blood organizations in the NFL. It's when the Giants are good, the NFL is good, right? I mean, it's a storied franchise. It's LT, it's Michael Strahan, it's Phil Simms, it's keep going down the list. Historic games they've played in. Gifford, you go all the way back to the, the 30s and 40s. Playing for the Giants it's a special group of men. And the reason I chose to, people were like, "Oh, are you going to take a shot at this team?" And I'm like, no, because when I'm up there on stage and I'm representing the Giants, I'm representing hundreds and thousands of men that have put on that uniform. So I don't take that lightly. I mean, yeah, I had some fun with the draft, but I was never going to be disrespectful to any other organization out there because that's not how John Mayer is. That's not how the Tisch family are. That's just not how we operate. So I hope I did everybody proud. I had a lot of fun doing it.
Oh, of course you did.
But respect is important to me.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to ask you this question, and I ask this to every Giant fan, every Giant. This question: I hate the Dallas Cowboys. In our division, who do you despise the most?
Eagles, no question. Not even close.
I was, and I didn't want to bring up because I know you were going to say something about the Eagles at the draft. I know, but you explained why you didn't. What makes the Eagles the team that you dislike the most?
Their fans are pretty wild. But for me, it's just because they used to kick our ass. Like we lost to them a lot when I was there. And I'm still not over it. Dallas, we handled pretty good. Washington, we handled pretty good. And Philly, even when we were good, like Philly would beat us. So it's just the Eagles, just in general.
So I think this what I'm about to show you is going to make you feel a lot better. This is just for you. Are you familiar with this gentleman right here?
No.
Okay. So he is an Eagles fan. Okay. They just won their very first Super Bowl, 2017.
Okay.
He's marching down the street with his friends, and then his friends cheer him on to eat horse manure. That is not a donut, a chocolate donut in his mouth.
Oh no.
So
stop.
If you Google Eagle fan eats horse poop, don't watch it with someone you love. Okay.
No.
But this is
I don't think I could watch it.
I can't either. But what I do every time I bring an Eagles fan on the show, that's how I baptize them.
Okay.
Because of that. And I wanted to show you that, because
that's nice.
You hate the Eagles. So let me bring on Ant real quick. Ant, wait, Sneaky. Oh my God!
Side piece.
No. Look, okay, look. This is the first time we met, so don't.
Sneaky side piece.
Sir.
Okay. Go ahead, Ant. What do you got to say?
So, I live in the Philadelphia area.
Oh.
And yeah, exactly. And I love it. I love the hate they have for me. For instance, my wife and I went shopping one day, and I had Eagles fans constantly go back to New Jersey, go back to New York. Listen, I live for that kind of stuff. And one of the things that brought me around to kickers is you, period. End of story. When I follow you on Twitter, you are, in my mind, savage to the T. I love the fact that you're so honest, that you're so open about what's going on with Giants organization, and the fact that your opinion, in my opinion, is so important because you've been there. You know what's going on behind scenes. You know the situations because again, you've been there. And I just want to say, like, not trying to be a fanboy, but till you came along, kickers were just kickers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you see guys like Sebastian Janikowski or like you said, Morton Anderson, who are kind of icons as far as kickers go. In my opinion, as a Giants fan, you are the epitome of what a person / kicker is in the NFL. And I love you for that, man, because you are such everything you've said on Twitter that I follow, and I follow you religiously. Don't get me wrong. Is everything I believe, everything I think of, like you come out and say it, and I just love it. And it's just so awesome. And I was such a fan of firm but fair with the Tom Coughlin thing. Yeah. And I was a huge fan of Bill Parcells back in the day. I'm 50 years old, and just watching you, I'm like, I can't appreciate a kicker enough after watching you and what you did, especially in that 07, game against the Packers, which was my mother's team at the time, God rest her soul. But it just, the way you came out on the field after missing those two, and you could see it in your face that, you know what, it's like those kicks that you missed didn't even happen. Doesn't even matter. At this point, it's what you're doing now. And to kick the 47-yard field goal, which I believe is the longest field goal in Green Bay in the playoffs.
Yeah, still holding on by, I can't believe it.
It just means so much to me as a Giants fan. And that when you kick that field goal, my kids were young at the time. I was yelling so loud, I woke them up from their sleep. I mean, we literally, I kept the kids out of school. I kept my wife, from going to work. We got to go to the Super Bowl. And we love you, dude. I mean, again, I've never said that about a kicker in my life, but you are the man. Period.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love hearing the family stories. Like, I know everyone's reaction to some people have sent me their YouTube videos. That is so fun to watch, like how nervous everybody is. And then for me, watching families like celebrate together, hug, and grown men. And I don't know, you don't think players think of that. We think about that. I think that's so cool. Like grandpas and uncles and aunts and moms and dads and kids. Like, that's why the NFL is so badass.
Yeah, especially when you went into that, the second Super Bowl run, and you did literally the exact same thing against Sam. Now, one of my best friends is a San Fran fan, and we're trying to get out to San Fran this year because the Giants are playing in San Fran. I believe it's week 2 or 3, and we're possibly going out there. And again, just the memories of what happened with Thomas getting that. That fumble to give you the chance to make that kick to send us back to the Super Bowl. It's just, it's so touching. It's so heartwarming to see that. And it shows that kickers are more important than people think. I'll tell you what, it's the coolest thing I've seen in watching football all my life, which I'm a huge football fan in general. It's so important that people understand that kickers are the end all be all if you really think about it.
There's no doubt. I mean, if you took Justin Tucker off the Ravens, I mean, Justin Tucker outside of Lamar Jackson is probably their best player.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the truth. I mean, you're the number one scorer on your team every year. If you don't have a good one, I mean, you're going to lose 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why you see a lot. If you look at statistics and records and stuff, people don't realize just how important a kicker is till you see why teams have won so many games and why games that come down to the last couple of minutes, why kickers are so important. And in the past, like growing up when I was younger, the consensus was, kicker's a kicker. They just come out, kick the ball, blah, blah, blah. But when, after the 07 season, like you start to recognize, especially as a Giants fan, you start to recognize
Dan, I'm going to put out the link for you, man.
and just how much of a piece that a kicker is to a team. It just means so much more, and I thank you for that.
No, I
Hold
appreciate
on
that.
one
Yeah.
second. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
was just
man. I'm
reading this from Danny.
So Danny, he's one of the best dressed people that come on the show all the time. When you kicked that field goal in Green Bay to send us to the Super Bowl, my face turned red. That's Tom Coughlin's. That was such a great moment. And again, this is what you're talking about the fans.
Everybody knows where they were that night.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's so that means you had an impact. You know, obviously our team did, but everyone's gonna always remember that night. So
it's funny.
And I want to
remembering that night. It kind of reminds me, and I hate to bring this up in a bad way to compare it, but remembering where I was on 9/11, and we all know how important that was to the NFL in general when it came to that, and how boisterous Michael Strahan was and all that what went on. In my opinion, that kick that you made against Green Bay was almost, not quite, but almost as important as the way that our country treated 9/11. It was so important and stained in my brain for the rest of my life, man. And to share that with my kids and this, see how my son has grown up to be a Giants fan, to me,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sharing it with your kids. My kids are diehard Giants fans. We live in Chiefs country, but we hit the road once a year. I think we're going to go to the Vegas game this year, so we want to see that Darth Vader stadium.
I didn't know. So how you like living in KC? Obviously, I was there for the draft. I mean, obviously,
I like it. I mean, it's nice. My wife is from here, so I've got a nice little setup. Good little job. I got my golf course not far away. The boys are in high school. I've lived here a long time. If you count my Chiefs time and then moving here since I retired, I mean, I've lived here almost 15 years. So
it was funny when I met you at the draft. I thought it was freaking awesome. I didn't realize how tall you were. First of all,
big man, sneaky.
Yeah, you're like 9 feet. I'm like, geez.
You know what's funny? You're not the only person that's ever said that to me because I'm 6'2", about 200 pounds. I'm not small, but when I went out there to kick field goals, I look small because I'm with 6'7", 6'6", 6'8", 6'7". But most people don't realize, like Graham Gano's a big dude.
Yeah.
He's not. He's like 6'1". So I think me and him are close to the same size. Like, yeah, it's funny. But go ahead. Sorry.
No, I told Aunt our conversation when we, I don't know how much you remember of it, but I saw you at the draft and I was showing off my rings to you, and you let somebody wear your rings, and I said, can I try them on as well? I was like, no, you already got yours, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. I was like, you're right, I do have mine. But and did you?
There was a lot going on. There was a lot going on.
Oh, it was a lot. Oh, and
it was busy,
and
I was glad I got to come in there.
It was. It was
funny when I left there. When I left where you guys were to go back to the green room, and shout out to Dom from the Giants who did all the content. I'm sure you guys saw that video that he produced from the draft. So Dom and I were walking back, and I was passing like the Eagles and some other NFL teams, and they're like, "That was so nice of you to come down and hang out with your fans. None of our players came down and did that." So I said, "That's what the Giants people do."
Exactly.
No one else came down there, did they?
No.
To hang out with their people.
I know the rookie for the one that was drafted by the Eagles. The second one in the first round, the guy from Georgia.
Georgia,
yeah. Georgia. He came around, and I said, congratulations, but I hate the Eagles, and we're gonna be ready for that ass, and we will be.
You welcomed him.
Yeah, you have to. Now with this team, I mean, you express your love already with Coach and with Shane. Have you noticed a huge difference I mean, let's be honest. I mean, since Coughlin left, have you noticed and I know you live in KC. I don't know how much, contact you keep with the Giants, whatnot, but what have you noticed being a former player and kind of hearing what you're hearing or seeing what you're seeing about this new regime and this being year 2?
Are you like comparing them to since Coughlin left, or
yeah, since Coughlin, yes.
Well, they finally got it right. I mean, they've obviously swung and missed, and the Gettleman thing didn't work out. People can feel how they want to feel about Gettleman. I love him. I think he's great. It just didn't work out. Maybe the game passed him by. That happens sometimes. Loyalty is a dangerous thing, and the Giants are very loyal. They keep people. Sometimes they shouldn't. But the McAdoo thing, who was actually a pretty good coach, I thought. It just that whole Eli thing, just the whole benching that did not sit well with the fan base. Geno Smith, but yeah, the Joe Judge thing was a disaster. I mean, he is a hell of a salesman. Yeah. Joe Judge is a great coach, I think, but he's not a head coach. He knows. You can hear him talk. He knows a lot about football.
Yeah, you said he's a salesman. I bought it. I bought it.
I think we all did because we were desperate and you wanted to.
Yes.
We were all like, oh my God, this is the guy. Well, and then we didn't really have, we knew Dable was an offensive genius, but we didn't know the kind of man he was until you hear a story about being raised by his grandparents and how humble he is and how respectful he is of everyone. And, anyone that can dance to Juicy in the locker room at his age, let's go. Right? I mean, that plays in the locker room, trust me. And people trust him. And he's hard. I heard he's tough, but he's also fair. And that's all you want as a player. And that's what Tom was. Tom was not dancing to Juicy. I will say that. But Tom was tough but fair. And I think Joe Judge was tough. He just kind of, he leaned on those guys and wore them out. And to be honest with you, they didn't have a lot of talent either, if you think about it.
No.
I mean, if we're talking facts here, let's face the facts. Part of the reason why the end of Eli's career and the beginning of Daniel Jones's career is because the lack of trying to get offensive linemen here. Because let's face facts. A quarterback is only as good as his offensive line. If you get a quarterback in Daniel Jones' situation, if you have a quarterback like Daniel Jones, and you have a line that breaks down constantly, the poor kid was running for his life his first 3-4 years in the league. And to have Dable come in and, you got Andrew Thomas, who, again, Gettleman, in my opinion, was good at drafts. He was absolutely awesome at drafts. He had his few picks here and there, but, and again, with the Saquon situation, normally you don't take a running back second, but, and I love Saquon, and I hope we get him back. But if you look at the situation where Dave's was compared to what Joe Judge had and what Ben McAdoo had, that offensive line situation made all of the difference. And then, the fact that Dave's and Joe Shane, drafted Evan Neal. I mean, it just shows how important that offensive line is. And if you don't have at least a half decent offensive line, your quarterback can't or only can do as much as the offensive line can do. And it's crazy because people, even today, after the great year that I think Daniel Jones had last year, people are still killing the poor kid. And John Mara put it in great perspective. We didn't give Daniel Jones the proper tools to be who Daniel Jones could be. And I'll tell you what, man, the kid's ceiling is through the roof. I mean, I think he has potential, and I do believe in all my heart that he can bring us to a Super Bowl. I have no doubt.
People need to understand, and they just don't. They see the number, they see the contract. The Giants did not pay Daniel Jones for anything that he's done in the past. Now, one of those dollars is for what he's done. They have paid him for future performance. That's what a contract is given to you for, right? It's your job, my job. If I get a new deal, they're paying me for future performance, not what I did in the past.
And
And
I told Sneaky earlier too. Like a lot of people don't want they want to go. Oh, Daniel Jones got 160 million dollars total over 4 years is $40 million a year. What a lot of people fail to understand is that contract is more Giants friendly, especially considering the fact that after 2 years, if Daniel Jones doesn't work out, the Giants can basically say goodbye to him.
well, the cap's going up, and in 10 months, Daniel Jones will be the 15th highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Exactly. Yeah.
Seriously, that's how this thing works. But to your point, the guy is 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He started a shit ton of football. He's been through the ups, the downs, a lot of downs. He never wavered. He didn't complain. He didn't pout. People don't understand that plays really well in that locker room. And he can make all the throws. The offensive line still has to clean up a little bit because that defensive line in Philly, I'm telling you what, if they're going to have to build that offensive line. It's going to have to become a strength. It can't just be okay anymore. That offensive line has to become a strength.
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Lawrence. There's a Philly fan that said he'll never win a Super Bowl. Well, we'll soon find out. I also want to mention something. You were talking about Mara and the Tishas. I really appreciate John Mara. In the state of the Giants, when it was the season where we were looking for our GM, and the GM was going to have, we were looking for Joe, and then of course Joe brought Dable. The reporter asked Mr. Mara, how much faith does the fan base have in you finding the next GM? And he said something. I wanted to stand up and applaud. He said, "Well, I haven't given them enough to give them faith."
Yep.
He took accountability for what he couldn't produce, and what it did was he took his time. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think when Reese was hired, I don't think they had a 2-interview system. When I know when Gettleman was hired, it wasn't a 2-interview system. But when they got Shane, they did their due diligence, and I mean the proof is in the pudding. Shane has put together such a front office. Did you see their draft room? I mean, the innovation that this guy is bringing to the New York Football Giants. And to be fair, the I don't want to say the mess he walked into or inherited, but we were in salary cap hell. I mean, we could talk about the contract issues that they had, but for what Jones did and what he was able to accomplish with no number one wide receiver, I'm going to say that. Yeah, you're right. I mean, we're paying him that money for the future, and it's, in my opinion, it's looking bright, and I'm excited for this season.
You should be. I think the Giants fans should be. I mean, adding Jalen Hyatt and Waller to a Slayton, when Slayton's your one, that's not the best thing in the world. Slayton's a good player. I like Slayton, but Jalen Hyatt might immediately become your one. And some people might think that's hyperbole right now, but I bet by the middle of the season this year, Jalen Hyatt's getting double teeth. Jalen Hyatt could be a number one wide receiver.
In my opinion too,
ridiculous.
In my opinion too, like Jalen Hyatt was our second best pick in the draft. And don't get me wrong, I love Banks, and I think he's going to be a stud. But in my opinion, based on the Giants' needs, I think the JMS was the pick. I mean, the Giants.
Yeah, but it's also, I worry that offensive line is one of the toughest positions in the league to come into. And he's older. He's a big, strong, thick build. He looks like a center. But, man, I'm telling you what, I talked to a 10-year NFL veteran offensive lineman today, a friend of mine. He's like, that kid better be ready because it's hard. It is hard. I don't care how good you are.
Yeah.
If you think of Linderbaum, the undersized kid that was the top center in the draft last year that was we were talking about drafting from Iowa. Remember, he went to the Ravens.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, he was okay. I don't know how well, but, going against the Philly D-line and the Cowboys D-line, and, oh, by the way, the Commanders have a hell of a D-line too. Interior.
Yeah, they do.
So he's going to have to pack his lunch and get in the weight room because it's not going to be all roses. Not
Yeah,
the first
absolutely. And to that point, I mean, if you look at a situation with Nelson in Indianapolis, and the way that Sexy Dexy Dexter Lawrence,
right.
I mean, handled him.
And Philly's got like 4 guys like him on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they do. They just have some interior guys, and then the Commanders have interior guys with Payne, and Dallas obviously can get after the quarterback. But I think he'll be good. I liked Feliciano. I don't know why they didn't re-sign him back.
Yeah.
You know what he is. He's plug and play. He's not a Pro Bowler, but he's not a bad player. I think you could have still drafted JMS and then kept him around, and then maybe I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but definitely a tough position to transition to from college to the NFL.
I agree with you on that point because I like Feliciano myself, but not to change subject too much. I have to ask you this as a former Giant, as a former, pro in the NFL. I have to ask you, what's your personal opinion on the whole Saquon Barkley thing? Because I've always said, even on my podcast, I've always said, like, the media is going to spin this 9 million ways. And, a lot of fans will sit there and hold on to, Saquon wants 16 million. He wants, CMC money and, this and that. And, he has said himself that he doesn't want to break the bank. He just wants to be paid well. In my opinion, again, it's just my opinion, 14 million is a lot to offer him. What's your opinion on what you think Saquon should be offered? And, what is he? Let me just ask you, what do you think he's worth as far as with what's going on? Because I firmly believe that running backs in general are probably one of the lowest paid, and they take the biggest beating, in my opinion. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Go ahead, Sneaky.
I'm just going to say that I think at a time like this, with Shane trying to, with Shane, with the Giants and with Barkley trying to match the value, I mean, it has to come to a compromise. I can say that, we can easily sit here and say Barkley's not worth 14 million, but Barkley could say, no, I'm not worth 14. I'm worth 16. It's just in this stage. And to be fair, Lawrence, we don't know what it's like to negotiate contracts. Okay. And this is all living in our fantasy world as such. And, defining the value and kind of defining that itself, it's hard to do. It's really
the thing is, so to answer your question, what would I pay him? I think internally, and the Giants are going to make this a business decision, which is smart on their part. In hindsight, Saquon should have signed the deal during the season, during the bye week when they offered him. So that could be on his agent, that could be on them. But again, shit like that happens. That's not anyone's fault. But the thing is, you're going to pay Saquon for his on the field, and then what people don't understand out there is he has a off the field value to that team. The locker room. What kind of teammate is he? He had a C on his chest. He's a captain. So you can say he's not worth 14 million, and that's fine. But the reality of it is, I don't think he ever wanted that. It's the guaranteed dollars for him. And I know that for a fact. And I'm not going to tell you how I know that, but I know personally his biggest gripe is the guaranteed money. It's not that the APY, the average per year, can be something, but he wanted more up front. I think he would sign for 12. I think he would sign for 11 or 12 more than the franchise. But the guarantee has to be somewhat significant, whether it's 25, 30, 40. I don't know what the number is, but I just know there's a hang up there. But I still think he has an innate value to that football team that doesn't include playing on Sundays.
And I agree with that. And two,
hold on. And I'm sorry to cut you off. We're kind of overtime with him, but before I let you go, hold on. I want to bring Danny on for you. Ant, real quick, let me hear it one time, and I'll bring you back on, man.
Let's go Giants. Ow!
I appreciate your hold up. I mean, everybody says that. Everybody says that. All right, Danny.
Lawrence, what's up, man? It's an honor.
What's up, Danny?
How you doing, bud? How you doing?
They said the best dressed on the show.
Man. Yeah, man. Now, listen. I don't want to be.
Okay, hold on.
I want to take all the credit.
Before you get started, Danny, Lawrence, I got to tell you this, right? And Danny's going to know why I'm saying this. So, hopefully, after you follow me on Instagram, you got to follow Danny. And trust me, we're going to live our life vicariously through him. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, Danny.
Does he have the clothes hookup? We got a clothes hookup or something?
Well, I'm just going to say once he approves his friendship, you're gonna. All I'm going to say is you're welcome. That's all I'm going to say,
Okay.
Lawrence.
I'm going to check that out,
man. But Lawrence, man, it's an honor, my man. It's an honor to speak to you on. But like I said before, that game in Green Bay, man, I was doing cartwheels, brother. I was doing cartwels.
Man, I love hearing these stories. No, it's the older I get, the more I appreciate it myself, actually.
Oh yeah, man.
Because it's it's etched in stone. That's
how was it? How was it in the locker room after that? Just at the atmosphere.
Man, it was crazy, because Miss Merrill was in there, and that's when she was yelling at Terry Bradshaw. Remember?
Yeah.
Wrestlers.
She didn't pick him.
She didn't put up with no yes, did she? Miss Merrill went right at it. The best part of that is the locker room. Like the game's fun and they win, but to go in the locker room, with the boys and the straight, like I keep saying, the Strahans, the Fiegels, the older guys that had put in all this work to finally get to go to a Super Bowl. That's the best part. Like I don't miss fucking football. I miss the locker room.
Just the locker room, the camaraderie.
You don't miss OTAs? Is that what you're saying?
I miss all the bad jokes, the bad music, the bad dancing. And everyone tells you the same thing. Like nobody saw Monday through Saturday. Like fans don't get to see that. It's hard. That's why the only thing I miss is the locker room.
Just the brotherhood. That's
it. Yeah. That's it. I still got it. So that's the best part, except we're not all together.
Yeah.
But
You'll always be connected. You'll always be connected for sure.
Well, cool, man. I'm going to hit you guys both on Instagram. And then what is your – I'll find it. Sneaky will give me Davis.
Yeah, I'll give it to Sneaky. He'll give it to you for sure.
So, Lawrence, tell everybody – oh, yeah, happy birthday, Danny. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Birthday just passed. Yeah, thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
12 days ago. So,
May baby. I'm a May baby.
Yes,
Lawrence, tell people where they can find you so they can follow. I know you're on
and I'm
Instagram.
super simple. Yeah, that's it. Instagram LT4Kicks, and then Twitter is LT4Kicks. All the Giants fans know where I'm at on Twitter. Instagram is more
for sure
family kind of. I do post some stuff there, but it's not as fun as Twitter.
We have a tradition here on the show. No matter what team you're on, okay? And Danny, I'm going to let you set the example. So I normally say to whoever's on, I say, let me hear it one more time. And Danny, what do you say?
Let's go Giants. Ow!
All right. So Lawrence, it's an honor. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure. So I'm going to give you the full screen. Lawrence, what do you prefer? Lawrence, LT, Tynes?
It doesn't matter. LT is probably what most people call me, but I get
just don't call you late for supper. That's kind of
yeah, right. Yeah, whatever. LT, Lawrence, one of the two. It doesn't matter.
Well, Lawrence, I appreciate you. Let me hear one time, man.
What do I need to say? What is it? Tell me.
Let's go Giants. Ow!
Hold on. You cut out. What was it?
Oh, let's go Giants. And then, ow.
Man, are you really making me do this? All right, you ready? Let's go Giants. Ow.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Be safe.
Man.
And I got to send you a video on Instagram later, but we'll talk, man. Be good. Thank you.
All right, brother. Thank you. See you.
Have
Bye.
a good night.
Yo, I didn't realize I was being on.
Hold on. Yeah, I didn't mean to click you. Hold on 1 second. Let me
wow. All
Danny,
I can say
and then,
wow. Danny, what's up?
So
what up, man?
That just happened. Brandon, I'm sorry I didn't get you on. Jaden, I saw you too. I'm sorry I couldn't get you on. But
that was very cool, man. That was very cool.
I hope
about that, man.
I know Philly wanted to get on there.
Hey, Sneaky.
It's crazy because one of my favorite Giants of all time, and we're trying to get to that point, Sneaky, is Jeremy Shockey. I am a huge Jeremy Shockey
Oh,
fan.
dude, you
But
get him on the show.
I'll tell you what. Lawrence Tynes, to me, is in my heart as an icon. He's a Giants icon. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
You know what? He's so awesome, dude. I love.
Well, hold on. I want to pause for a sec and recognize Brandon's shirt. Let's see what you got on, Brandon.
Love it.
Look at that.
Let's
Look
go.
at that.
Let's
Hell
go.
yeah.
Look at that.
I was gonna show that to you right now.
That's
I had a feeling that. Yeah, I'm at work right now, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that was gonna tell you guys, like, when the the playoff against Green Bay, when I seen the kick, I was like in slow motion. The kick, I was like, please go in.
I was on my hands and knees, bro. Like, please go through the field. Please make it. When he kicked that ball, I ran in the middle of the street and I said, "We are going to the MF Super Bowl."
It's crazy because what Tom Coughlin said in the special they did, Tom Coughlin said when he went on the field, and I didn't even have to say nothing, and he went on the field, I had like a feeling. And it's crazy because I had the exact same feeling.
I did too.
You know what? I was like, he's going to make this. There's no doubt in my mind he's going to make
this. And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't that I didn't realize how quickly he got on the field. I didn't see that. I mean, I just thought it was natural progression. You know,
what was
he
the
just
distance?
got on
I forgot what the distance was. The distance.
47.
47.
Okay.
I was watching the game.
He got on a field, and it was like you didn't even have time to think. Like Tom Coughlin said, you didn't have time to think about what the next play was because he was already out there. He's like, you know what? Let me do my job, and I love that, man. It's so awesome.
And the way I love the fact how, and I hope I did you guys justice by asking the questions because I wanted to get inside, the psyche of being a field goal kicker in a pressure situation. But you know what makes him unique? And I'm not trying to throw like all the other kickers under the bus or anything.
Yeah.
But this guy was playing with pressure his whole career.
Yeah.
He was a walk-on at college. Undrafted.
Man, I know.
Then he got signed.
It's crazy because I know he doesn't have the accolades of a Sebastian Janikowski or, like you said, a Morton Anderson or those guys that have are the big names when it comes to kickers. But Lawrence Tynes, especially as a Giants fan, is always going to be a staple within our hearts as Giants fans. And if you say Lawrence Tynes to a Giants fan today, and they don't know, as us being old school Giants fans, we have stories. We have, things that we can tell these young kids. You know what? This is the guy that kicked us to a Super Bowl, not once, but twice.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Hey, Brandon, I see you at work, man. So give me your final thoughts. What you got? What's going on?
My final thoughts on what?
Anything. What you got? What's on your mind?
Hey, I'm just gotta say, we're going to the championship. My words.
I like that energy.
You heard it here
Why
first.
Not?
You heard it here
Why
first.
Not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
Brandon.
I'll be the happiest New York Giants fan alive. We make it to a Super Bowl again.
Because you called it. Hey man, let me hear one time.
Let's go Giants. Out.
I appreciate you.
It's funny because we were talking about before the show started. We were talking about the Giants situation and the schedule for this year. And for those people that are on here that don't know, the Giants have the third hardest
it's horrible.
Schedule in the season. And it might here's where I differ from you on that, Danny. I want my team to have the hardest schedule. And here's the reason why. Because of the fact that our quarterback, our running back, our defense, our offense, don't you want to be or want to have the toughest schedule and play well against that? So you can literally say, Because if you think about it, a lot of people go back to the Eagles last year. You know, they had a great
Mike,
Super Bowl run,
I'm gonna be nice.
and they go to, well, you had an easy schedule. Don't you want to be that team that has one of the toughest schedules in the league to make it to, you know, the championship game or even the Super Bowl in that matter, and go, you know what? With the toughest schedule, we were that team. Don't you want to say that more than
I get your point.
We had an easy schedule.
So Gabe says, all I'm saying, as long as Waller stays healthy, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He means Hall of Famer, not faker. But no, I think Jaden, you there?
Jaden, you're on mute, bud.
Is he there?
You got the mute on. Are you there?
My goodness.
Okay,
no, but I get your point. What you're saying, because like if we go through that hard schedule and Daniel Jones does amazing, he's gonna live up to the contract.
If Daniel Jones, let's say we make it to the playoffs, we go to the second round.
Nice shirt, Mike.
And let's say it ends there. Yeah. In my opinion, that right there, just that alone, with the third hardest schedule in the league, and making it to possibly the second round of the playoffs, doesn't that automatically put Daniel Jones in the top 5 to 7 quarterbacks in the league, especially if he's one of those guys? Because a lot of people are saying right now that Saquon was 75% of the team, but what a lot of people don't understand is if you look back on the season, I think it's a 50-50. Daniel Jones, and let's not forget, it's a team sport, but Daniel Jones, in my opinion, carried the team on some of those games just as much as Saquon Barkley did. So for Daniel Jones, wouldn't you say that he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league just based off that run?
No. Look, I like what Ray's saying right now. In the words of Ric Flair, to be the best, you gotta be the best.
That's true.
I like that. I like that.
Absolutely. 100%.
Ray in the clutch. But before we continue, I want to say something real quick.
Eagles suck.
There's a guy that
I got a question for you guys, though.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I want to address something. Someone by the name of Aiden Octavius, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, no, you're not coming on because you're the guy that made the rude comments last time.
Sucker.
So,
yeah,
no.
What up, Mike?
What's up? I got a question for you. What is your guys' favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday?
Yeah, just out of curiosity. I know it's a random question, but
I think you know what? It's funny because that's a good question. I would probably say Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah. Turkey Day.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. Mine is not necessarily a holiday, though.
Okay.
My wedding anniversary. That's my favorite.
You are such a sucker.
He's saying that because my boss is right there.
Neither one of you did what I
Actually, she's in bed right now. It's way past her bed. That's facts.
Mama
you know what? I'll play along. I'll play along. I'll say Thanksgiving as well.
Okay.
I'll play along. Okay, there we go.
It still doesn't help me out.
Why? What
happened?
I was hoping one of y'all were going to say Christmas, and I'm like, well, that sucks because you're not going to beat.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Beat the Eagles. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
with that
at Lincoln Financial Field, nobody. That doesn't happen. No, I am excited for that game though. I don't know. I'm trying to go, but I don't know. So Sneaky, listen, okay. I've been talking to my dad, right, and I'm like, I want to go, to an Eagles road game this year. The two of us. So I've kind of, you been thinking about some of the games I want to go to, right? I'd probably only go to one. Like I might go to like 2 home games and 1 road game, right? Mm-hmm. We are thinking about coming down to Dallas.
Okay.
So we're going. How it would work is we'd probably go with the group, like a travel agency for trips. They're leaving. It's in December. It's like week 13, second weekend in December. It's from like the 10th to 12th. We fly in on like a Friday. And then we have, we can do whatever we want. And then Saturday we have like a dinner. And then of course Sunday, it's actually a Sunday night game. Like Sunday afternoon, we have the tailgate party and then we go to the game. So like if we go or whatever, maybe like Friday night or whatever, if like a good place.
Yeah, we got to meet up.
Like you and Nick and me and my dad and we all have dinner.
And I got to give a shout out to Chris. Thank you, Chris. I worked really hard on that. I'm full of crap. Mama boss cooked everything. So But
nothing.
yeah, that'd be awesome. Let me know. Let me know
Nothing's
for sure.
I got a question for Cowboy Chris. Hey, Chris, how long before you think Sneaky opens up and tells everybody he's a Dallas fan?
You know he's gonna run with that now.
He's gonna run with it.
He's gonna run with that. And the only reason why he's saying that, Chris, is because I said I chose to be a Dallas Stars fan. Who is? Did they lose tonight?
You a bandwagon? You don't even know.
I don't even know if they. I don't even know if. I think they're playing
because you're not a real fan. You got to be a Rangers
fan.
There you go.
I saw your Facebook post today. You're a Morgan Wallen fan?
Oh yeah, dude! I started listening to him about a couple days ago. Dude, every song I've heard of him is awesome.
Isn't he
love
great?
Morgan Wallen.
He's coming to MetLife next year.
Is he really?
Yeah, but because he was going to be here. Like I think he already would have played at MetLife.
Ooh, they're tied 2-2 right now.
But then he has an issue with his voice, so he had to cancel a bunch of his shows. And now he's coming like 2024.
Yeah,
you can.
Thanks, Chris. I just saw that as well.
Because I'm trying to get tickets. I was trying to go to the Philly show. But
yeah, absolutely, dude. If you go, I'm gonna go. We can meet up.
I want to try something real quick. I want to try something. Hold on a second.
I don't know what it is though, because he hasn't put that date out yet. But
Shane, you're on.
Gotta unmute yourself, dude.
I don't know exactly who this is.
Oh, hello.
What's going on, man?
Bud?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling. Yeah, I just had to come on here and say that. Sneaky, you're fat.
Yep, I had my finger right on the button. See, got him.
You know it, Sneaky. You know it.
Hey, I had my finger right. All I had to wait. I was just waiting. And you know what's so funny? What is so funny? I want people to go back and listen how quiet we were. Like we were just waiting for that.
I was just waiting for
We're like, oh,
something.
he's about to mess up. And he was like,
absolutely.
all I want to say is Sneaky.
Yep.
And that's all we got. That's all we got.
Sneaky, I am so proud of you. And let me say this too.
Yeah.
Because of Sneaky G-Man, because of Stephen McNeil, one of my best friends, who I've never met face to face, and I told him earlier, I can't wait to meet you, give you a big bear hug. I gotta say, he has taught me how to accept whatever these crazy fans of other teams are, and then just roll with it. Just be like, you know what? It is what it is. I appreciate you, Sneaky. Thank you.
Well, you know what? I appreciate those words. You know, because at the end of the day, it's just fun. It's just like, absolutely. For example,
can't take it personal.
So those exactly. So those that live in the DFW area, I'm going to throw a little plug in there. Thank you. Great segue, Ant. I appreciate you. I am doing a giveaway tomorrow. I'm giving away some Frisco Fighter tickets for Thursday night's game. I want to be like Oprah. You get a Frisco Fighter ticket. Everybody gets Frisco Fighter tickets. I want to be like Oprah when it comes to Frisco Fighter and the tickets because it's military night. I'm excited for it. I can't wait.
Soon you're gonna be the GM.
Say what?
Soon you're gonna be the GM.
Hey, that's the plan. That's the plan. I'm going to tell you, and even Chris, I know he don't want to come on because he don't want to say my motto. I know that for a fact. Last night I was on his show, his Cowboy Huddle show. No, not because I'm a fan, Ant, because I'm not. But because I wanted to plug, for people to come on, and I wanted to give, because I know G and a guy named Brandon, they both live in the Dallas DFW area. And I wanted to give him some tickets. And even Chris said this, because he came one time where I did buy food, but I set it away because they were giving it back to me. I was talking to them and they were talking back. Matter of fact, there's a player that's coming tomorrow that we follow each other on Instagram. And hold on, let me see if I can find him because he played the Fighters last year. Luckily we won.
What is this league? Indoor football league, right?
It's the indoor
football league.
The IFL, the indoor football league.
Go to IFL.
Yeah.
Is it the Renegades?
No, that's XFL. This is the Frisco Fighters.
They don't have a Philly team, do they? I think I've walked before.
I think they're.
There used to be one. I think.
I don't know in this league, but I know they do. I know. And
on behalf of all the East Coast fans,
there we go.
Sneaky, as much as we love you, we don't give a shit.
No, you don't. But I'm gonna do it anyway. So the dude hit. I don't know. The guy hit me up. He said, "I'll be back in Frisco this weekend," and I'm like, "Hell yeah!" I'll be right up front, like I am every game. And I said, come swing by before the game, because during the game it's on.
Let me ask you this. So as far as Frisco, is that like San Francisco or like what? I don't understand Frisco.
No, it's Frisco, Texas.
Oh, so that's what I'm asking. There is a Frisco, Texas?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know
Frisco,
that.
actually, Frisco is, it's not abbreviated for anything. It's just called Frisco. That's all it is.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
It's in the
New York.
Because you got Frisco, McKinney, what is it? Even Allen, where the shooting took place, in Plano. It's all in like a little area.
Yo, Sneaky, I think you might have to get another ring soon. Denver Nuggets, baby.
I know.
You might have to get another ring, bro.
Oh man,
it's true.
So hold on, let me let's try something real quick.
Oh jeez.
Hello.
How
you doing?
Good. How about you?
I don't know. You tell me, man. What's up?
What's up?
Oh, it's too quick. I was too quick that time. Who's your favorite team?
Giants.
Yes, sir.
Who's your favorite Giant?
My favorite Giant all time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh, Eli Manning.
Okay.
That's fair.
Don't mind us. We're just being a little curious or a little cautious.
I think, yeah.
Why?
Because there are a lot of haters out there who just want to come on the show and be belligerent and, stupid. So not saying that you are, but,
Oh, I ain't a hater, bro. I'm just trying to. I seen you on TikTok. I'm just trying to talk some football.
Oh, word. All right. What you got? All right. Now, the more you talk and the more, because we're trying to, we're always suspicious with people that don't have the camera on,
Have letters.
Oh, yeah.
Even with Danny, we're a little bit.
They call me suspicious
because we're wondering maybe not everybody, but I'm wondering what he's doing when his no, let me stop. Go ahead.
Oh,
so what's your
talking
TikTok
about? What's
name?
the topic?
Well, what's your TikTok name?
My TikTok name?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't post or nothing, but my TikTok is like Lloyd. I'm pretty sure like 66 something.
Okay.
I can't look right now, but
no worries. All right. Yeah. So okay, how do you feel about Joe Shane and the off season and then going into the draft?
I think we did good by going out and getting Darren Waller, and obviously he's a great tight end, and in the draft, in my mock draft, I had us going to get John Michael Schmitz in the first round, but instead we drafted Banks, but we ended up getting him in the second round. So I mean, it worked out. I think I thought we did good, and then we got Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee.
Yeah, we did. And so let me give you a quick introduction, real quick. We got Ant right here. Don't worry about the name on there. That is not. And see, this is the first time you met me, so this ain't true.
They have
it's
a bromance.
100% true. I don't care what he said.
They have a bromance.
And then on the far end, you got Danny, aka the best dress on the Sneaky G show.
Handsome.
And then Positive Philly. I don't know where he went. He tried to be slick, so he haven't got to say the outro.
He skated out.
But I'm gonna get his ass back. I'm gonna get his ass back when he. Oh no, he's here. Where you going, Philly?
Where'd he go? Where
you going? Okay. Anyway.
I'm here. Don't worry.
Okay. So we do have about a good 30 minutes left in the show. And Lloyd, this is the first time you've been on the show. Thank you so much. You said you follow me on TikTok. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll follow you on Instagram too and Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's what's up, man. I appreciate the love.
And
I really do.
I'll just subscribe to you on YouTube.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
I want to do another giveaway because I'm almost at 2,000 on YouTube.
2,000. How many followers you got on TikTok?
TikTok, I got a little over 30.
Oh,
30.
30 what?
30K.
30,000.
Oh,
yeah, 30K.
Damn, you're a fat fucking.
Yep, there it goes.
There it is. There it is. There it is. And the funny thing is,
you know how I knew he was fake sneaky because he did. You know how I knew he was fake sneaky because he didn't know his Twitter is
Yeah, I know, right?
TikTok.
Yeah,
his TikTok.
Yeah. And the only reason why he said his I don't you know what? I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want him to think that I know what I know. So
yeah, don't give him any more airtime than he has. Hey, Sneaky, can I make a big announcement while we're here?
Yeah, go ahead.
So everybody that's been waiting for this to happen, not that I'm a big guy or anything, not like that Sneaky G man, but Extreme Blue will be back next Wednesday, 8 p.m.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's do
Just
it.
wanted to let you
Back
guys
in effect, baby.
appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
About time. Congratulations, man.
Yeah,
congratulations. Mike.
Got bipolar disorder under control.
Mike.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Well, of course, watching the Celtics win this game, but
So Gabe said, I'm not gonna lie, I thought the kid was a troll. Yeah, he is.
he was doing good for a while, but
Okay, look,
it's not the guy I think it is.
This situation, guys.
Is
And
it good?
I'm gonna be naive,
Yeah.
okay, because of the fact that I give everybody a chance, okay, and it's similar to like what Mama Boss does with me. I have freedom. I do what I want to do, and she gives me the rope. I could either jump rope or I can hang myself. So I'm not going to hang myself, and I'm not going to jump rope. So, but you get the metaphor. Okay?
I get the drift. Yeah.
So the fact that the gentleman came on and he made the comment that he made, it doesn't make me look bad at all. And
it just makes them look immature. That's all.
Right. And but what he doesn't realize is what's up? It's the Hammer.
What's up, sir?
What's up, fam? You good?
I got Danny and Mike.
Yo, what's up?
Damn, son. Your voice dropped like mad decibels. You was like, what up, dude? You good? Like,
everybody. Have a good night. Yep, you too, bud.
Have a good night, you guys.
Good night.
Hey, man, be good. Be safe. Don't do anything I would do twice. I'm just saying.
That's the Hammer, boys.
But
yo, Mac, I heard it and beat to the Knicks, yo.
Bro, get out of here.
Let me see here. Oh,
I'm so tired of seeing the freaking LeBron in a freaking Knicks jersey. If that happens,
I don't want him. I'll do it. It's way past.
First. If LeBron comes to the
Mike,
Knicks, I will not watch all season.
You know what? No,
get it.
You're gonna be a Sixers fan. You're gonna be a Sixers fan.
Look, I'm gonna add a couple people. Let's add a couple people.
Yo, what's up, boys?
McNugget, I see you.
How you guys doing?
Goody, Mac. How you doing?
Good. I just got done watching the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's bullshit.
Wait, who won this? Who won?
Boston.
Yo, they said don't let them get one. Now they got two.
Oh yeah, Sneaky G. I'm going to the Mariners game again on Saturday.
Okay, that's good stuff.
Oh yeah, if you're wondering about the nacho question on your previous podcast, and they actually do sell nachos, I think.
In the helmet, right?
I think so.
Okay. DZ, you back with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
There he
How you
is.
doing, man? What's up, man?
Yeah, what's up?
You doing all right?
I'm all right.
Our Yankees
Hey,
took an L
shout
tonight.
out to Jaden, man.
Yeah.
Jaden's like my bestie when it comes to Facebook and all. Jaden's got my back no matter what, and I love you,
You
brother.
know, Jaden, yeah, I got to
Yo.
give you a shout out too, because when I made the post about the Denver Nuggets, yes, I am a Denver Nuggets fan, because when I lived in Colorado, no, I was a season ticket holder. You actually came to my defense, and I appreciate you for that, bro.
Front runner.
Absolutely.
I really
It's a
appreciate
front
it.
runner.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not everyone's a fan of the same city. Like, I think you should be, but if you're not, it is what it is. I mean, my dad has reasons why he's a Lakers fan, Bruins fan, Yankees fan, but he has his reasons, you know. But...
Bullshit.
Well, to be fair,
is he a Cowboys fan too?
Yeah, he is a Cowboys fan, so.
I was, but see, you know, I actually was a Knicks fan when Patrick Ewing was there, like the great '90 Knicks team, you know, with Sparks and when they made it to the finals in what was it, '94? Yeah.
So when did you
94,
become a
95?
Nuggets fan? When Carmelo was there?
No, actually, when we lived there, I became a season when I actually paid them money when I went to their games.
He became a Nuggets fan when they made the NBA Conference Finals this year. That's
No, I was a Nuggets fan when no. I was a Nuggets fan when I couldn't even give my tickets away. That's how long ago of a fan I was.
Nobody wanted to go to those games.
No, nobody wanted to go to. Man, in fact, there was one time. Okay, Greg, don't hate me for this. That's my ticket guy. Hold on a sec. Chris gonna say some smart ass comment. Sneaky is not a front runner fan because he's a Giant. What does front runner mean? What does that mean? I don't even.
That's a person that goes with the team that's on top at the moment.
Oh,
basically a bandwagon.
Oh yeah, y'all should pray for me on Friday.
Okay. No, I'm not. I'm not. But
I got a question for all Cowboys fans in here, and I'm being sincere when I say this. What are you guys gonna say if and when the Giants win their 5th Super Bowl? Are you guys gonna sit there and talk your crap like you always do?
No, they're gonna be like, took you long enough.
Are you gonna be humble and say, "Welcome to the club"?
Nope, they're gonna be like, took you.
They ain't gonna do that.
And listen to, let me tell you something. As an Eagles fan, I honestly hope that happens before the Cowboys get 6, and we all know it will. But the Eagles are going to win their 2nd before the Giants can get their 5th.
Bullshit.
I don't know, Mike.
Sneaky.
What's up, man?
Y'all should pray for me on Friday because I'm going to DOL and do my written test to get my driver's license.
Hey, good luck to you, brother.
Good luck, buddy. Good luck.
Yes, sir. I already failed like 5 times, so
you know,
hopefully.
Truth be told, the written test I failed once in Arizona. You couldn't miss 5, and I missed 6. But the second time, I passed it though.
Dude, I hate homework, dude. Like, homework sucks.
Okay, so Chris is countering. He said, "Well, Chris, you got to answer the question first." He said, "What would Giants fan do when we win 6?" And you say you got 8. Well, I mean, because we do have 8. And when you guys finally win your 6th one, you just got to turn off your Xbox. That's all.
No, honestly, can I answer that one? I'll answer that one honestly. So here's my opinion on that. First of all, I'm one of those guys that says, listen, if you weren't there to see it, it doesn't count. So I'm an all 4 Giants fan, even though they won 8 championships, that is.
World champion.
I'm going to say this about the Cowboys. If they win 6, nobody cares.
If the Cowboys make the NFC Championship, actually made it for the first time in a long time, will it still be 29 wherever years and counting?
Hey, if they don't win a Super Bowl, it's 29 years and counting.
29.
Oh, I mean, it is their first NFC Championship appearance, if it would, since 1996.
I'll tell you, I got 2 words to tell you why the Cowboys will not get, at least now, why they will not get their 6th ring. Here's the 2 words: Dak Prescott.
Bro,
understandable.
Me and Chris got a
I like Dak Prescott.
You can't say that. We could say the same thing about Daniel Jones.
I think he's one of the better quarterbacks in
No,
the
you
league.
can't.
But as long as he's the Cowboys quarterback, they are not going to win a Super Bowl. Period.
Jacksonville next year is going to make the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Okay,
I
gotta ask. Gotta ask.
Hold on, Gabe says
Jacksonville has one of the
you get
best passing
Chris.
attacks
All
of
right,
football.
Gabe, keep it going. What do you got? If you get 6, all right, I'll show you next comment.
I'm going to say this right now before the season even starts. Now that the schedules are out, so this is my hot take, if you will. The Cincinnati Bengals are going to win the Super Bowl this coming year.
No, the Browns are going to win the AFC North, and I get my.
That's what he said.
I want whatever you're smoking.
Hold on, Chris. I knew Giant fans can go a whole show without discussing. Chris, you brought him up.
I want to ask you all a question now.
The team is going to go to the Super Bowl. Watch out for Doug Peterson.
Wait. Did Chris bring up the Cowboys, or did one of us did?
Probably Chris.
I don't remember.
Obviously, Chris is going to bring
up. I think Chris did.
Yeah.
Even though I commented about it, I think Chris did.
And probably. But anyway.
It was either me or Chris.
It was you. I got a question for y'all. So it's interesting. I want to get.
Mike said it was you, and then he went in there like it was something else.
And it's interesting you bring this up. So I saw a thing on Twitter or Instagram, I think it was, from PFF. They were ranking their top 5 quarterbacks in the NFC, right? We all know Jalen Hurts is number 1. You can't argue that. But
I can.
Okay, then who's better?
Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson,
NFC,
Joe Burrow,
buddy.
Justin Herbert.
NFC.
Shall I go on?
Yeah, none of those guys you named are in that division. Though that's the thing.
So, but you didn't ask division.
I said, and
no, he said NFC.
And,
he said
if
NFC.
you want to talk about it, if you give, and everybody in here knows I'm not a super biased Giants fan. I love my Giants, but I'm not a super biased Giants fan.
Okay.
If you want to talk about it, Daniel Jones is exactly on the same level as Jalen Hurts. The difference is Daniel Jones didn't have a stacked team like Jalen Hurts did.
Preach. You know, because hold on. Let's okay, hear me out on this one. How many? Well, let's say so. Hurts had what? AJ Brown and a former Heisman winner,
Devontae Smith.
And we're getting down to Hopkins too. Don't forget about that.
And he got But he got what?
Yeah, we are soon.
No, you guys ain't got no deal. I'm like,
let me put it to you.
He said he wants to come and play.
When your defense's backups,
we have the best defense.
Can be starters on any team in the league. It has nothing to do with your quarterback. Period. I'll tell you what. I think that Matt Ryan could have won a Super Bowl with that Eagles team last year.
Well, speaking of D-Hub, did you see the look that he gave that female when she brought up Dak Prescott?
I did not know he
was like.
He said he either wants to play for Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, or Jalen Hurts.
And they were like, "No, what about Prescott?" They were like, "Dak Prescott."
I could see him going to Buffalo.
He was trying to be respectful. I'll give him that.
Anyway, can I get back to the point I was trying to make?
Go ahead.
So I saw top 5 NFC quarterback list by PFF, right?
Okay.
They said Jalen Hurts was number 5 was Derek Carr, number 4 was Matthew Stafford. Okay. 2 and 3 is where I had an issue at. It said Kirk Cousins is number 2 and Dak Prescott is number 3. Now, I'm a diehard Eagles fan and I'm the biggest Cowboys hater. You know, I obviously don't like Dak Prescott. But there is no way that you're going to tell me Kirk Cousins is better than Dak Prescott. And I'm not.
Kirk Cousins is not better than Daniel Jones. You heard it here first.
I agree. I second that.
That's a fact.
Better than Kirk Cousins.
Jorge, I see you, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on the show.
Puerto Rico. Here we go.
Boricua.
See, I was thinking about saying that, Boricua, but I couldn't. I'm not bilingual like you, Ant.
I'm not a fan of Kirk, but I think
that's
he's
only
better
because
than
my
Daniel
wife's
Jones,
Puerto Rican.
I don't think he's better.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins is not better than Daniel Jones. Period.
Nope.
I think Kirk is better than Daniel Jones because of the numbers.
Okay, so
and better
we sent him packing home. We sent him home.
Yeah, that's not.
We sent him home.
Okay,
no,
we
I'm
sent
kidding,
Kirk
man.
Cousins home, baby.
This question is directed towards Ant, but all the Giants fans can answer it. You think if if Daniel Jones had better wide receivers, he you guys would have multiple Super Bowls, or at least like.
See, you said wait. Let me answer
You
this.
would have a Super Bowl with them.
Let me answer that. Hold on. You said Mike. Pause, Mike. All right. You asked a question. I'm not going to go as far as saying Super Bowl. I'm not going to say as far as that. And you said wide receivers,
like weapons. Like
we only needed one. We only needed one.
A true number one.
I think Hyatt is that one.
He's gonna be that. He's gonna. You don't think he's gonna be
Hyatt? I give Hyatt one, maybe two. You don't think Hyatt's the one?
Not right now. I think our number one.
That's what I'm saying.
Going into this season,
he has to develop.
I can guarantee you this. Going into this season, our number one receiver is going to be Isaiah Hodgins.
Yeah, I can see that.
I
can see that.
Hey, Sneaky.
Yo.
Do I know why I think Jacksonville is going to go to the Super Bowl?
Why do you think Jacksonville is going to go to the Super Bowl?
Nobody cares.
They're going to have one of the best passing attacks ever by adding Calvin Ridley. They have top head coach that's going to be top 3, I think. They got their offensive passing attack is going to be so insane that it's going to be hard for everyone to stop, and I think they can beat the Chiefs.
Who's their running back?
Travis Etienne.
Oh my God! You know what? Look, wait, pause. So,
and then defensively, they got Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen.
So hold on. Let's talk about Etienne. Okay, I had homeboy on my fantasy team. Okay,
DeVault County.
He gave me points. So
he's actually a good running back.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I think I could. Now I haven't looked at the schedule, and I think what we should do, in the coming weeks, maybe like on a Tuesday episode or whatnot, we should go over certain divisions and talk about the schedule of the team and what we individually think. I mean, we have a solid core. I mean, this is pretty much the core plus McNugget, who's in the back, the backstage, waiting at the wing to set the standard. Okay. I think it would be a good conversation to enter and to have.
Even Evan Ingram's gotten better.
Did they re-sign him? Because he was only on a 1-year deal.
He's on the tag.
They tagged him though.
Oh, they tagged him? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Their defense, when you run the ball in Jacksonville, it's going to be harder to able not to run away from Josh Allen and Trayvon Walker.
Okay, the reason why I'm bringing McNugget in here is we should take a vote. We should take a vote.
I missed you, McNugget.
Next week, Tuesday. Let's say, wait. Let me make sure I'm not. I don't think I'm. Actually, next week I have a week off of school. So, and Jaden, you're here too.
You go to school?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah, I'm still going to school. Yeah. I'm getting my education. Actually, political science.
Oh wow.
Oh
good
yeah.
Good luck. You'll become like the Dr. Connors.
You gonna run? You gonna join the race?
Well, I'm talking with my team. I'm not going to announce right now, but if you know, you'll know.
McNeil 2024. Let's go.
You'll never know. You'll know. You'll know. But now, seriously, what division should we focus on next Tuesday? I'm going to leave that open. Who wants to?
Our division.
I say the Jags.
We always talk about our division.
Or Seahawks.
All right, my feeling is the NFC beast is back, but having said that, the team of all the teams in the NFL, the team to watch out for this year is the Detroit Lions. Mark my word.
That is so true.
So hold on. Okay, we're about to
good game.
Hold on, we're about to because we're about to close out the show in a little bit. So right now, I'm hearing the NFC North division next Tuesday. Anybody? Any eyes?
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
All right, there we go. It's settled.
And AFC North, that's how we should do it. North.
I think
so.
That's understandable.
I would appreciate the 7 that is here right now. Okay, McNugget, can you come on Tuesday?
I mean, I graduate Sunday, so I don't have any.
Hey, there we go.
Congratulations.
You made it.
Oh my God.
Man, you're growing up.
Now you
so
can
I'm about to
party.
cry, yo. I'm about to cry. Yo, she getting the gold. Yeah,
Gosh,
Now
right.
you can party.
It's like my niece graduating.
Right?
Man, it's gonna bring a tear to my eye.
My sister's graduating from college next year.
There we go.
You know, McNugget, I swear to God, if I was rich, I would pick up Aunt and Danny,
Yeah,
and we would come down and be there at your graduation.
100%, 100%.
I'll hold the sign up.
No,
That's my McNugget.
there's only 15 of us. That would be awkward.
I'd be like,
We'll
that's
get
my
you-
muscle.
we'll
Wait,
get
no,
you
that's not what I'm
McDonald's
saying. No,
surprise.
security, get off of me. No, that's, you know.
McNugget my butt. She'd be the muscle, and I'd be like, yeah, she'll beat your ass.
We'll give her some McDonald's
Exactly.
too. Give her some
That's
free
it.
Oh,
McNuggets and a
sneaky.
McFlurry.
What's up?
Stars just won it in overtime.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Stars
hell
won.
yeah. Okay. There we go.
Who?
Stars. There we go.
Nobody
Yeah. There it is
cares.
right there.
Nobody cares.
Sorry,
Sorry,
hold on a sec.
are the Rangers in the Stanley Cup?
Not
DJ's
this
number
year.
one target.
exactly. Nobody
Waller,
cares.
no question. Hodgins hasn't really done OTA so far. Waller has been. What?
Okay, Hodges hasn't really done anything in OTAs. Is Hodges injured?
No. Gabe, I got something to tell you, bro. It's great that OTAs are what they are. It's great what, training camp is and all that. None of that matters when week 1 of the preseason starts.
Start connecting. With...
Yeah, I don't pay too much to OTAs, yo.
That's like my favorite word to hate, or favorite words to hate on paper. Nobody cares.
All right. Well, that being said, it's a great show.
It was a fun
Emac,
show.
Yes, sir.
let me hear it one time, man.
Love you, brother. Love you all, everybody in the podcast. And let's go Giants out.
Appreciate you. Wait. Sorry about that, DZ. Mike, let me hear one time, man.
Like I said, me and my dad are deciding between a few trips, probably LA or Dallas. So, I'll definitely keep you posted.
Please do.
Appreciate you. Go Birds.
Appreciate you.
I'm going to say this real quick, and I don't want it to come across the wrong way, but Mike, I love you, bro.
I think he heard. He's in the backstage.
Mike's a good dude. I love him.
DZ, let me hear it one time, man.
I got one request. I got one favor for you, if it ever happens. Okay.
Right.
If Derek Jeter, I don't know if you ever plan on it. If Derek Jeter ever comes on the show for a special guest, can I make sure I'm the first one that goes on?
Deal.
He's like I'm not gay, but I'm sorry, but I love him. Anyway,
Look, if Derek Jeter comes on the show, I don't know if I'll be able to talk.
Yeah, I know you're saying that.
Remember that one time when you hit the ball and went far? That was awesome. That was awesome.
Derek Jeter is the equivalent to Kobe Bryant. I don't know how I would react if he was on the show.
Well, they both got 5. BZ, let me hear one time, man.
Let's go Giants. Oh,
appreciate you, Danny. Real quick, what you got? And let me hear it.
Like I said, I'm hoping the best. I'm looking forward to seeing Jalen Hyatt trash the Cowboys. So, I'm just hoping for that happens because I know the Cowboys coach was talking crap about him during the training. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh, yeah.
He was doubting him and his ability. So
he got receipts.
Yeah, so I'm hoping Jalen Hyatt does this thing in his rookie year. And good night, y'all. Love y'all. And let's go Giants. Out. Peace.
Appreciate you.
Love you, Danny.
All right, and let me hear it one time.
All right, my final thought.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
And it's funny that Danny brought it up. So the video with Jalen Hyatt talking to the Cowboys coach. It's an issue because A, it's a Cowboys coach, and B, because they caught it on tape. My feeling is that every coach that went up to Jalen Hyatt probably said the same thing. It's what they're supposed to do. They're trying to get in his head and see what he does. So having said that, I don't think it's as big as a, like a point for Jalen Hyatt to prove somebody wrong that it is for Jalen Hyatt to prove everybody wrong.
Right.
So having said that, Sneaky, I love you. McNugget, congratulations. Danny, I love you too, brother. Let's go Giants. Ow!
Appreciate you. Man, graduation, huh?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm happy for you. Now you got to set the standard. No pressure. No pressure. Let me hear one time, McNugget.
Okay. Now to go decorate my graduation cap. No.
Right.
and let's go Giants. Ow!
All right. Have a good night. Appreciate you. Oh, man. Great show tonight. I want to thank everybody that stuck around, watched it. Lawrence Tynes, everybody. Lawrence Tynes was in the building. Well, not the building, but you know what I mean. I appreciate y'all. Be good. Make someone laugh. And let's go Giants. Ow!
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. Sneaky.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Let's go Giants.